last video that I posted in real time for me was last week. And in that video, I was introducing the horses, the ponies, and I said, oh, I think Ange will be around for a while unless something drastic went wrong. Well, yesterday, she nearly died. Was it yesterday? It might have been the day before. No, it was the day before yesterday. So essentially, she got into some food, gorged, and she could have got colic. She was retching, she was vomiting. It was like not pretty. She's okay, thankfully. She's quite a robust horse considering how old she is and her PSSM1. Yesterday I had a starvation day for her, which wasn't really a starvation day, it's just letting her graze on what she needs to. If she wants seaweed, she'll go ahead and go eat the seaweed, and that will help lubricate her stomach, her intestines. It will also give her a good amount of iron and copper and zinc and just all of the good things. So she was left to just kind of eat what she needed to, what she felt she wanted, how often she wanted, because the first day was very much just, I was walking her sort of every hour initially, and then dropped that to every couple hours, and then I checked on her once at night. So that was the day before yesterday, and then yesterday was her just being left on the land with no extra hay, no extra food, just letting her gut and everything settle. And now today she's having a little bit of food. I've not given her too much. I need to find her head collar. Now she actually has 2 head collars, but only one of them is like a good one. The other one's rubbish. But at this point, I'll take any because I can't find them. I have looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find them. I can't find them in the car, can't find them anywhere here. So partly tonight, because it's quite late, but I've got a spurt of energy, so partly tonight, and then also tomorrow possibly. I'm just going to try and clear space in areas that I feel like it might be there, my preferred head collar of hers. And then if I can't find that, then I'm going to have to get a new one and just, I mean, she's really good. She's one of these horses that you really don't even need to put a head collar on. When the farrier comes, sometimes I'll put a head collar on, sometimes I won't. It depends on her. She doesn't like feeling restrained. So she's actually calmer if you don't restrain her and then just give her some food. She'll let you do pretty much what you want. The only times where that might be different is if there's other things going on, like sounds that are different from really far away. And even then, she's not a spooked horse, she'll just be a bit more alert. So it's not be all and end all. Like I can get her from the paddocks here to the hill paddock, which is just up there. I can get her there just through following a bucket. It's not a problem. But whilst I can control her, I can't control other drivers. And although there's virtually no traffic on that road, it's still a road, so I'd rather have a head collar to take her up there. So if I can't find the head collar, I'll just use a rope, and I'll just fashion one, which is not a problem. Like, she's super chill, she'll let me do that. But yeah, and I was looking at, like, these are some of her, this is one of the other ones, but like some of her old equipment and like that she doesn't wear anymore. And yeah, I can't find it, so I've got to try and find it. So it's the next day. I have just finished feeding the sheep and checking on them. They're all good, they're looking healthy. I've also fed horses, you can just see. But before I continue on with tidying the barn as best as I can until my husband's home and we can move some of the farm equipment, I wanted to show that I'm in my kiln room at the moment. I don't know, it's really messy, it's not finished either. So over there is my wheel, and here is going to be a big unit / table, workbench, whatever. I've got my big workbench here, which is made out of an old barn door for this place. This used to be a byre, and that's where like the cows would come in when it was first built. There used to be one of these divides here, but we knocked it down, so we've only got 2 divides, which I love because I've got my wheel stuff there, my shelves here, and my kiln here, and I didn't have to pay to get all the electrics done because my husband's an electrician and he's trained in high voltage as well. I don't even know if that's classed as high voltage, but it's a chunky cable. That's a chunky cable, so I'm going to presume it's high voltage. So yeah, so this is my kiln. There she is. Oh, And she didn't fail me. So I filled it the other day. I very rarely do pottery. It's just too cold. And I rarely do it. But I've made something for the farrier because they've just moved. And as a homewarming present / wedding present, because he's also married now, I made something because he's worked really hard with Ange. Like, she can be difficult with her legs, and also she's had quite severe cracks, which is really common for Percherons, but he's done amazing with her, and her feet are so good now. She still gets the odd crack, but like I said, like, you're gonna get that with any big horse, but she's doing really well. And so I needed to fire, it's so heavy, these are basically a little crack in a hoof. This kind of looks like Ange's hoof, and then the initials are my farrier and his wife. And I needed to fire that, and I was really worried that it would explode. I was really worried that it would explode, because in here nothing dries out properly. It's just too damp. The air is too damp. No matter what you do, it will always be like that up here. It's really difficult. So I had this in my sister's house for a few weeks, and it worked because it fired. I also did this, which is going to be a little like tea light thing, because it'll go under there and you pop it on and then it'll glow. None of this. So this doesn't have any glaze on it yet. It's fired, like it's ceramic, but it needs like glaze and stuff, so that'll come. But I fired a bunch of other things, like an old pot that I had nothing for, and I just fired that, which is cool. This was a tester once, fired that. It's pretty rubbish, but it's fine. This, as you can see, this has got the glaze on. What else? This was my thinnest pot. For anybody who's a ceramicist, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see how thin that wall is. And a lot of people try and aim for that. I started out like that, and now I struggle to fire things with thicker walls. There's always something. What else? Oh, but this is the main thing. There are a few other items, but I won't bother showing them. But this is the main thing. Bryony's studio. So my name isn't Vanina. That's named after my mum. It was her middle name. And it just gave a good rhyme, Vanina Vlogs. But my name's actually Bryony, and yeah, so I just made this. These are the paw prints of the dogs, and when you go up close, you can see all the little details in their paws. So that is a sign for this place, and it will eventually go up there. So yeah. See, it's the worst place you could have gone. All this stuff at the back I'm not even going to touch yet, because we are planning, I think it's June, but I might be wrong, but at some point this year my husband's going to sell a bunch of equipment that he no longer needs, because it was for like his old tractor. That will then create a bit more room. Certain things, like all this stuff here, that's used, so it's not going to go anywhere, but some stuff's going to go. I'm wanting to create, probably on this side, but maybe that side, an actual like tack feed area, because when Ange comes in, she goes straight for the food, and it'd be nice to be able to cordon it off. She can break stuff and know how to move things, but if she can't see it, then she is fine. And so it'd be nice to kind of create a room, you know, so having again, I'll put a picture up of what I'm meaning. But I'm just going to do a little bit of sprucing now rather than doing much else, because I just don't have the time today. I'm doing too much. Thank you, Bracken. You just peed up the quad. Dogs. Gabby! Hi, Absy. Hi, Gabby. Come on then. Looking forward to your food. Oh yes, we're very looking forward to it. Yes, we are. Yes, Ange. I know. Okay, hold on. There you go, okay? I had to move it because she's kind of used to having to go to the back of the barn, so she likes what she knows. So she's not fully at the back, but she's nearly there. Oh, hello, do you want me with you? Me? Are you wanting me to do it properly at the back? Okay, all right. There you go. Honestly, she's so funny. Look at my hair. I've not brushed it in a week. One thing you'll always get in farms is buckets, just endless amounts of buckets. But if you get rid of them, you'll need one. So we keep them until we've got another feed bucket to replace them, because they do break. Like I've got a couple over there that are going to go to the dump tomorrow. So that's everything for today, I think. I've really not done much today. It's kind of rubbish weather, so I've done the bare minimum. It's not raining, but it's trying to, and it's windy. And wind when you're having to do a bunch of stuff is just annoying. I've hung up things I need to. Oh, I've just got one more rug to hang up, but I might have to stretch it across the quad to dry it. This will be left for now, and then in a couple of months we'll reorganize it all, hopefully. I've already let my husband know that that's kind of what I want to do this summer, is take everything out and then arrange it back in. And we're gutting a house, our old house that we used to live in. We're gutting it, and we haven't touched it in a couple of years because it's time. Like, you just don't have enough time to do everything when you're on a working croft, and your husband's away for work half the time, and you've got animals that always need caring for, your own pets that need caring for, and so time is just the big issue. We've got lots of things we want to do, but it's just time. The room that we've yet to gut is the kitchen, and we were going to reuse the kitchen once we've gutted it, because basically we're going to reline the walls and put new insulation in and stuff. But I'm thinking, well, kitchens they're not, I mean, they can be expensive, but if you know where to look, they're not too bad. And there's another property. Thank you, Ange. There's enough of in another property where we might use part of that kitchen. Like, we're not sure yet, but basically I'm tempted, because we have to take away that kitchen anyway to get to the walls, the exterior walls, to line them. I think I'm really tempted to bring that kitchen in here, and not all of it, you know, not the hob or anything like that, but just the units, because it would be really great to set out, like I said, that room and have actual storage, because at the moment we do have this. It's a Welsh dresser, and we do have that. We have some stuff in it. It's not organised, but you can't get to it is the thing, or it's really difficult to get to. Well, the plan is to take that into the polytunnel when the polytunnel's done, and so that's not going to be here, so that's storage that we won't have. And at the moment we do have some stuff in it, and I would love a kitchen area. And also for security and safety reasons, it's better to have, and you're meant to, have all your like medications and needles and things like that in a secure area, and with that room we can lock it off. So that's kind of what I would like to do, but yeah, we'll see. That's kind of the goal. At the back there, I don't know what we're going to do with the back, because I really want stables, but at the same time I have looked at the cost of stables, and I can get like a 3 stable DIY do-it-yourself kit thing for about 6,000. I can't afford that yet. That's in a few years' time. But because of that, I'm in the mind of, you know, I probably will have that one day, because even if I don't use it for horses, we're going to use it for something. Like it will be so handy for other things, even if we don't use it for that. And it's cheaper than having a shed built, a barn built. So that's another thing I've got to factor in when I'm thinking about putting anything in here that's permanent, because I thought I've wanted a stable in here because it would be so handy. We're always, when there's storms, we're always setting out an area for the animals in here. This isn't a livestock barn. Livestock barns are designed slightly different. They've got way more ventilation, they have a drainage pit. But when the storms have been really bad up here, then you've needed to bring them in, because like we've had issues in the past, which thankfully the last 2 years we haven't had, but in the past we've had it where the animals go like temporarily blind, basically, and so you've got to bring them in and treat them and keep them in. Then there's also things like when we have a ram in. So we've got a ram now. We bought him last year, and so he'll be with us for a couple of years yet before we sell him on, but he obviously has to be in quarantine for that sort of first week, because we don't know what farm he's come from or like the condition that he was kept in, kind of thing. So you've always got to quarantine them. So again, a stable would have been really useful for that. We always every year like I said, we always set out places every year for the animals, and it would just be nice to have something a bit more permanent. But then at the same time, how permanent do I want to make it, because in case I do get my stables eventually. I don't know if I'll always own ponies, but the reality is our ponies that we do have, they're all old and they're going to get older, and I refuse to sell them. They're here for life, much to my husband's dismay. So I'm tempted to have at least just one thing here. He wanted it, he did suggest it coming up here, and I said yes, but then I realized, wait, no, because that's about a 10-foot gap. That's too small for Ange's size, and at least for now, Ange is the one that would use it the most. So for example, like when I bring her in for feeding, it would be really great to put her in a stable, because so that she doesn't wander off and try and break into other things and gorge on food she shouldn't gorge on, those sorts of things. So yeah, there's a lot planned, and then also we've got the height here, but we don't actually need the height. So we have thought about actually creating an elevation, creating a little layer, and that would be great if we boxed in an area that became a room. On top of that, we could have things like storage. I mean, we've got tyres, which we don't need down here. We'd hardly need them, but they're like winter tyres and your generic tyres and stuff like that. It'd be great to be able to put them in a place where we don't always need them, but they're there. You know, things like that. There's there's lots you can do here, but again, it's time and it's also money as well, because unfortunately, ever since COVID, timber went through the roof price-wise, and it's still through the roof. I could do so much DIY, and I would love it if timber was cheaper. Hi, Gabby. Are you having a nice time? Is that yummy? Oh, so good. So that's it for today, I think. I'm not going to do much else. There's not a lot I have done, to be honest. It's just one of those days where I'm just like, I shall see you next time. Bye. Before I go, I forgot to say I found Ange's head collar. I didn't find it. Turned out it was never lost. I had at some point put it in my sister's house, and she knew the whole time where it was. So last night I was with her and I was like, I cannot find this bloody head collar. And she was like, oh, it's right here. So there we go. So I've got it now. It's in the car at the moment, but yeah, yay.